Right over there. You know, this, yeah, we're going to read it. Not that one, but it's this one. 10 minutes. Okay.
Jen, you're not going to need it. Coming up soon. Next one.
See, Jim, I think we're going to pull these coolers off of here. Where you put stick them in there. I think we're going to.
Are you done, Phil?
There you go.
We're outside the Indiana State Museum. That's something you don't see every day.
When they rebuilt the horse train.
They didn't need any of these stinking safety helmets. They just wore leather caps. In fact, they called them leatherheads. George Clooney did a movie about that. This is the form that they used to form those leather caps. I'll take it very gently off your head. Gino, give him applause. Wasn't he a great model? Thank you very much. You're warming now. And that's the group, so we don't need to go into any further stories.
You've done enough damage to poor Gino over there. Gino, I really think, how dare you apologize that he put this on your head, because this is actually a horse feed bag holder. And it has horse spit and saliva and nastiness all over. Now what's missing from this is the burlap sack that would hold the oats and stuff for the horse to eat, and they'd place it over the horse's muzzle and he'd eat the oats from the burlap sack. So I'm so sorry, Gino. If there's anything I can do to make your visit to our museum better, just let me know.
Okay, I will tell you yet another truth. Actually, it is like this, and we have a large contingent of Amish in this state, up near Grayville, in the north part, by Fort Wayne, etc. But this is still used by some of the Amish, but actually was used back in the late part of the 19th century. It's called a bonnet blocker. And the muslin covering is gone, but the ladies, when their bonnets got dirty, would put their bonnets here, sponge them clean, and then put them out to dry so they would retain their shape. It's a bonnet blocker. Okay, we'll give you a few seconds to think about that, and then we'll go through each one and you raise your hands for the one you think it was. All right? Do you need some time? Are you ready? Number one. Number one. Raise your hands if you think it was number one. Number two. I think it was number two.
Right, these are some smart people in the audience right here.
Or number three, the bonnet blocker. And the actual answer is nay, the horse feeding muzzle. Oh, Gino. We have a shower on the other side if you'd like to go and give a shampoo to your hair. So let's try this one. Let's try this one. Do you have a younger sibling with you? All right. Come on up. Come on up.
Put them through the nail.
She thought, wait a minute, I paid my money, didn't think I had to work here too. Gosh. What's your name? Bianca? What a beautiful name. Okay, right over here. And you might want to take your shoes and socks off. Oh, we're just kidding. We're just kidding. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to do that. But many of you may realize that Peru, Indiana, in the north part of the state, was home for the circuses during much of the part of the late 19th, early 20th century. And circuses would winter there in Peru. This is a training board for a young person as they were learning to lay on a bed of nails. You would put your foot on there such as this. Don't do it. I don't want you to hurt yourself, Bianca. That's how you would do it. It's a training board. Screw it into the floor, and that's how you would learn to do it. Give her a hand. Wasn't she absolutely fantastic? You look it down now, sweetie.
You're just causing all kinds of trouble today. This is actually not a tool used in Peru, Indiana for circuses. How ridiculous. It's a carpenter's apprentice tool. Now you'll see on the back, these nails have been put in a rather straight line. Well, when a young man was apprenticed to a carpenter, before he would take him on any work jobs, any gigs, if you will, the young carpenter would have to be able to nail all of these nails in straight lines in a matter of a minute to prove that he was ready to go on the work site. It is a carpenter's apprentice tool, and you can see they're in a straight line. It's right here. So this guy was pretty good. He was ready to go.
No. It was well, it still is, actually, a flax hackle. Flax is a plant that grows naturally out in the fields, etc. And in the 19th century, it grew even more profusely than it does now. You would take the plant and pull it through those nails. The resulting fibers were then woven into linen. It is a flax hackle. Those are the 3 stories.
Does anyone want to take a touch of it?
One is true. Yes, come on up. Yeah, here we go. There you go. All right, by your hands. Number 1. Number 1. Number...
Review what they were.
You know, I have no idea which ones they were. I don't remember at all. Number 3 was the flax hackle.
Yeah, I remember that one.
Number 1 was the nail.
Smart man.
And number 2 was the carpenter's apprentice. So, number 1,
I know what it is.
stepping on it.
I know what it is.
Number 2, sir, you can't cheat. You cannot cheat. You cannot cheat. Number 2, yes, it's a back scratcher. We actually did not tell the entire truth.
You made the liar's bench, haven't you?
Number 2 was the carpenter's apprentice. Number 3 was, carpenter's apprentice, you like it. Number 3 was the flax hackle. Wow, smart group, I tell you. Very good. It is indeed a flax hackle. How about one more before we send you on your
Go.
Hi, I'm Bella, and once again I'm here at the Indian State Memorial, and Max here is going to show us how this Norden bomb sight, how it works.
I noticed it said that explained how it works. I didn't build the darn thing, I ran the darn thing dropping bombs, so I showed the purpose itself. But in essence, the Norden bomb sight was a great invention in World War II. Pilot enough to use the Sperry bomb sight was not near as accurate. And the bomb in this thing was actually hooked into the controls of the airplane, and as you went towards the target, when you got close to the target, the pilot would, to maintain the elevation and the plane go in the right direction at the same speed, but the controls were hooked into the bomb sight while you were spotting the darn thing. Then you would turn the airplane just a little so you're always going straight toward the target. And when the type of bomb was set in, the elevation, everything was set in, and it would determine when the bomb would be dropped. So your job, you had the crosshairs there. If you're sticking this way a little bit, you'd have to bring the plane back so it goes straight on. And then if it was coming this way when you drop the bomb, that would indicate the bombs were going to be short. So you try your darndest to have those things sitting right on the target, right there not down if that's where the bomb was. In other words, you're trying to hit a bridge or something, you had to be pretty accurate. If you missed a bridge and landed out there in the water, that didn't do much good. So a lot of the interest of the bomb site was a fantastic engineering and building thing. But the bombardier had to be awful accurate, awful careful in adjusting the thing so that those pinpoints didn't go here or here or here, so they stayed right on the target. It stayed there for a minute or two. Times the bombs would drop, those bombs were going to hit the target. So that's briefly how the bombardier used the thing. But I would point out the skill in developing the thing, and making that bomb site that accurate. The bombardier ran the controls right through it. And I would point out also they said the plane was going down. It was going to be, all we had was the 45 caliber. And we told us to shoot this thing, blast the inside as best we could so the enemy wouldn't be able to copy the thing. That's how important that technology was.
So you were able to move the plane yourself?
Pardon me?
So you were able to move the plane yourself?
Well, move it just right or left. The pilot was still maintaining the elevation, but he was depending on the bombardier adjusting it just a little bit so he hit the target. He was just in the general direction.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm here to introduce Lauren to talk about Ernie Piles.
Hello, welcome to the Indiana State Museum. This is our Ernie Pyle exhibit. Ernie Pyle was born in Dana, Indiana in 1900, and he was a war correspondent from 1940 until his death in 1945. On display we have several artifacts. We have a handgun from Corporal Charles Bradshaw, which was the man that Ernie Pyle wrote about during his war correspondence. This is a jacket that was given to Ernie Pyle by the 34th Division Company E, 168th Infantry, and it's signed by all of the men that were in that. It was one of the divisions that he followed during the war. We have his Zippo lighter and his typewriter that he brought with him while he was serving in World War II, and his war correspondence bag, and one of the books that he authored, and it's most of his war correspondent pieces from the war. Ernie Pyle unfortunately passed away. He was shot in Iwo in the Pacific Theater on April 18th, 1945. And most of the pieces we have in our collection are from Margaret Miller, who is the wife of Lee Miller, one of his editors. And we are very fortunate to have this amazing piece of food history with us.
All right.
Is this a permanent exhibit?
Yes, it is. It's been with the museum since 2002, and we've been receiving Ernie Pyle memorabilia and artifacts since 1976.